Alright, this is a real quick update for my Exodia control draw. Since the trap card came out in the Obelisk God deck, structure deck, starter deck, whatever it is, we now have the deck up to date to how we wanted to from the last time. And I'll showcase the combo just in case again and explain some cards if you're just getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh! So this is our Exodia knowing control draw deck profile. So I got all 5 pieces of Exodia. And yes, I run the DDS head of Exodia. You gotta stick to the OG. The rest of them are secrets. And then we got 3 draw fates. I was the first person to use this and put this online, and I love it. And I love that everybody else is actually using it to its potential with an Exodia deck or whatever else they're using it with. But in this build, draw fate, you have to have less light points and a weaker monster or no monsters at all while they control a monster and have more light points. You set up any 3 cards with different names on top of your deck, including another draw fate. As long as there are 3 different cards with 3 different names. You stack them on top, shuffle them on top, and then you draw one randomly. And then obviously you know the next 2 cards because you stacked them, so that's why it's control draw. And you can set this up with the combos as you've seen in my old videos to set up for Exodia while they're locked on their Mystic Mine. Now to deck thin even further, just to search out what you need faster, we got 3 Pot of Prosperities. Banish 6, search the top 6 cards and anything you need particular, you just add it to your hand. The rest get put on the bottom of your deck in any order you want. So normally I like searching out draw a fate, or if you need to set up for the new combo, I'll show you in a few seconds, you can do that too. Then we got 2 triple tactical talents, 1 upstart, 1 performable popper up. It lets you discard up to 3 to draw 3, and then you lose light points by 1,000 for each card in your hand. So this helps you set up for draw face conditions. 1 day a piece. It's only at 1. I wish it was back to 3. I don't know why I said 4. And 1 pot of avarice. So this is the core combos, and with draw fate you can set up for the 3 card OTK if you want, or if you just need Exodia pieces, just go straight for that. These cards help you go into the draw fate. Potter's Prosperity helps you dig deeper, so we took out the extravagance because with this we could banish what we particularly want to banish if you want to use any of the extra deck cards like Linkwise or anything. Triple tactical talents we like using because just in case they negate something, you could either take their monster or just the free pot of greed. They activated a monster effect on your thing, just play that. Then the new, I say the new little package is what I'm about to showcase now, and I love it because it's 3 Witch of the Black Forest, along with Level Resist Wall, which is the new card that came out in the Obelisk structure deck, and this is the card I said in the other thing that it's a dope combo with a 3 card combo to summon Exodia in 1 turn. I mean, well, basically 1 turn as long as they destroy your monster. Along with, you'll need 1 Witch, Level Resist Wall, and Sound the Retreats. So this is, while locked on the Mystic Mine, if you have 1 of each, like that's basically game, they're locked on the Mystic Mine, you summon Witch of the Black Forest, have it attack into their monster, you take damage, whatever the case is. Witch gets destroyed. Upon Witch getting destroyed, she would search out the head of Exodia, but before you search out the head, you chain because she was destroyed that turn. You activate Level Resist Wall. If a monster you control is destroyed by battle or opponent's card effect, target one of those monsters, which is the Witch, special summon from your deck in defense mode to their combined level equal to the monster that was destroyed, but negate their effects. You can only activate one level resist wall per turn. And basically what this card is saying is, let's say obviously Witch is destroyed, you can summon a monster. You can summon a replacement monsters on the field of that total 4 stars, since she's a 4-star. So the combo would be Witch gets destroyed, she search out the head. Each of the limbs of Exodia is 1 star. So with the trap card, since she's destroyed, you'll be setting all 4 pieces of Exodia, the limbs, while she searches out the head. And then with with Sound the Retreat, return all monsters you control to your hand. So summon, destroys, activates in graveyard, you chain level resist wall, bringing out the other 4 pieces of Exodia, the limbs, search out the head with Witch, then play Sound the Retreat, and the 4 limbs that you brought out with resist wall you bring to your hand, and that's all 5 pieces of Exodia in a 3-card triangle combination. While they're locked on their Mystic Mind, they can't do nothing, and that'll speed it up. So even if you played Upstart, you can draw a Fate and just set up for these 3 cards, and then in 3 turns draw out your combination, and then just OTK from there. Or if you need, like, if you have 2 and you need 1 more, you can search it out with Power of Prosperity, or set it up with Draw a Fate, or whatever the case is. So this is the small new package, and even if you open up this, even without anything else, and they just destroy Witch, like let's say with Darkhold, or Rageki, or one of their monsters that just pops a card, they destroy her, just chain level resist wall, get the head, bring out the 4 limbs, and then bring them to your hand, and that's Exodia in 1 turn. Then 2 Silent Wobbies. That's a setup for your Mystic Minds. We run them at 3. 1 Terraforming. 2 of the Minds of the Land. I found 2 is real useful. You could run it at 3 if you want to up your chance, but then you might have a 3rd dead card in your hand. But you could get rid of it with Firm Repel, pop her up. And Metaverse. So there's times they don't have hand traps, but they're not special summoning at all. So with Metaverse, you could just play it and just activate Mystic Mind. If they don't have nothing to stop it, it stops you from being punched in the face by 1 normal summon monster. Then to protect them, you got your 3 Solemn Judgments. And this also, while it'll protect them, like this they play Twin Twister or anything to remove it or destroy it, you're not only negating it to protect your Mystic Mind, you're also paying half your life points, which allows you to play the Draw of Fate. So they'll be locked on the Mystic Mind. You're protecting yourself, cutting your life points in half, and then that allows you to play Draw of Fate, since they have a monster on the field and they're locked on their Mystic Mind. You have no monsters. You can play Draw of Fate and safely go into stacking your pieces of Exodia or any combination cards you want, like if you were going for this combo, and you're still safe on their Mystic Mind. And the best part is you're safe on the Mystic Mind, and they can't play Ash to stop your Draw of Fate. Like, they can't play no hand traps at all, so you're safely going into Exodia, and you're going to summon Exodia extremely fast, as long as you have what you want. Now, to also help with that, we have 2 Forbidden Droplets. What this will do is, you have Mystic Mind in hand. I would set Witch. This is what I normally do. I'll set Witch of the Black Forest first. This is in hand. I'll play Mystic Mind, even if they have a full board. One of their monsters is going to negate Mystic Mind. So then you play Droplet. Send Witch to the graveyard. Since you're sending a monster to the graveyard with Droplet to negate that one monster's effect, all the other monsters can't chain because of Droplet. If you sent the monster, they can't activate monsters' effects in response to this. If you sent the trap, they can't, so forth. But a full board of monsters, play Droplet, send Witch to the graveyard. After setting it first, always remember to set it first. then play Mystic Mine. Then when they negate one of their monsters that they have the full board, then play Droplet because you're gonna send Witch from the field to the graveyard to negate the monster's effect, and they'll fully be locked on their Mystic Mine. And then since Witch is sent from the field to the graveyard, you're gonna get Witch's effect to draw, to search out anything you need, any of the limbs if you want, or Silent Wobby if you want. And the last two cards is just get rid of back row if they have all back row on the field. Harpy's Feather Duster. And then very useful, and I want to try to get this secret. If you want to donate to me, let me know. I can send you my P.O. box. But I want to get the secret one of this because I just I love secrets, and I'll always use it. So you could sign it and then send it to me so I know it's from you. But I always play Necroface for multiple reasons. So if I send my pieces to the graveyard, I can recycle them with Pot of Avarice. But on average, I send it to the graveyard, they remove it from play, DD Crow it, Call to the Grave it, and then at the same time, they'll like try to play the spell card that banishes this Cyclone or whatever it's called to banish Mystic Mine. So then I still have plays to still set up afterwards, and I'm like, haha, you can't summon Exodia because let's say they remove 2 pieces to the grave. And then I also remove cards with Pot of Prosperity, like let's say I banish 6 for this one, I banish another 6 for this one, and then I still have 1 more I can play in deck. I normally normal summon Necroface. The pieces that were removed go back to my deck. If they remove Mystic Mine, one of them, and I have another one on the field that they're still locked under, the other copy of Mystic Mine will go back to the deck. And then all 12 cards that were banished for Pot of Prosperity are returned to the extra deck when this is summoned. And then I play Droplet. Yeah, I play Droplet to send to the graveyard. And now I still have no monsters on the field because I've sent this to the graveyard. And this put everything back. So the third Pot of Prosperity can be used at full potential. I can just banish another 6 to summon, to search out cards. All my pieces of Exodia went back to deck. And whatever else they banished just goes back to your deck. So I love running this at once. So when they're thinking it's funny, you can't summon Exodia, they're going to win because you're going to deck out, just summon Necroface. And then they're going to be pissed off because everything just went back to your deck and you're still going to get your summoning Exodia condition. So this is like an ace in a hole to just continue. Like, alright, the game got grinded down, they banished cards, but you still have the field locked down advantage and summon. Get everything back to going. Everything goes back to your extra deck, your main deck. Any pieces of Exodia that were removed go back, and then just go into Draw Fate and go back into the Exodia. But these are mainly the new updates since, like I said, the Obelisk structure that came out. I run it at 2. 3 is too bricky, as well as this is too bricky. And plus, you can set this up with Draw Fate, or if you have like one or the other, and you're trying to just wait it out for this combo, you can search it out with Pot of Prosperity. You're digging 6 cards deep, and then you can set up for the combo, or like I said, Draw Fate and just set up all 3. Or if this is still like its own win condition by itself with Exodia. Extra deck could be whatever you want. Side deck is whatever you want to side for whatever you're coming across. You don't necessarily need any particular Exceed monsters or links or anything, but feel free to put in whatever you want. You could link summon if you want. Let's say you set Witch, then they do nothing. You summon another Witch, send them both to graveyard, and whatever the case is. But everything else could be whatever you want. That is basically it for our Draw Fate Control Draw Exodia update.